Well, hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Iron Panther Presents. We are live streaming our discussion of Tyler Perry's All the Queen's Men, Season 1, Episode 6, as we get back into the club, and we get Shamika. I think our biggest reveal today is that Shamika is not a young teenage girl. She's, in fact, a grown-ass woman. And I'm asking ladies, because maybe I just don't know any better. How does consensual sex with your husband, which for some reason is in the front of an open window, look like you are being raped by your foster father? Like, what? How did we get there?
It looked uncomfortable too. Like, why was she all like turned to the side? And,
like her arm was being pulled. Like, I'm like, what kind of wild doggy style is this? Like, what y'all got going on?
Some people like it rough.
But she looked uncomfortable.
Yeah.
People like it like that, you know?
This is all about consensual pain. I'm just like, what? Let's not decide. Let's not make choices about who does what with whom. I was very confused on how Blue, again, why is the window wide ass open that anyone can just walk by and watch you and your spouse? And then somehow this turns into, I'm gonna break into your house, kidnap your naked husband, and you have no idea what's going on.
He put her to sleep, obviously.
So let's just go down this road. All right. So that means Blue sat there and was like, well, I'll just wait for them to nut and then maybe I can sneak it. Like, Can we get to this? I like all the pulling and yanking he was doing on her. I'm like, was she calling him daddy a few times? And she was like, oh shit, this must be her foster father. Oh, this is terrible. Like, was she like?
And they didn't notice that there were no other foster kids there.
Can we?
And why would he be sleeping in the same bed with her if she's the foster child? Where's the foster mother?
Well, that has happened where foster mothers don't care. It's disgusting that it happens.
If it was her bed, that makes sense. But this is supposed to be the master bedroom, I would imagine. So where is foster mama?
That's true.
That's what I'm saying.
That's true.
And then this is a trained police officer that we will find out that somehow it's like, oh shit, my husband's gone, and this don't mean nothing. And then I'm like, why he dick out? I'm like, Tyler Perry. Tyler Perry was like, I ain't pass up an opportunity to have a naked man with a bag on his head. Like, no, bro, put some draws on this dude. And then Midnight. So let me, I'm trying to understand Midnight security / kidnapper / body barrier. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Like, if he's not beefing up to get on stage, right? Like, does she pay him for the money that he would have made that night to be like, hey, I need you to go do a mission. Here's your cut or something. Because he's doing a lot of extracurricular activities that I'm like, where's the money coming from? Like, he needs to be swinging penis to make money, right? So that's why I'm confused on, like, how is Midnight being compensated for all this extra wet work he's putting out there? Like, it's a lot. I mean,
she pays him. I mean, for the extra duties that he does.
I don't see that. I mean, all of them love Madam to the point that they'll do almost anything for the woman. So I'm like,
off camera.
Hashtag off camera. Like, we just put all this stuff out there. All right. So law enforcement. So at the beginning of the episode, we're seeing Detective Davis, who comes to investigate the Alan Fisk, who has been missing for days. And so looking into business partner Madam, and Madam keeps her cool. Obviously, you think Madam knows that Detective Davis already knows that that therefore Alan is probably somewhere near, not alive?
I think she knows he's dead. She don't know that he's buried in the backyard.
But he's probably not still coming. He's not coming home anytime soon. So I don't know. It was interesting. Again, she kept it cool, collected. We will see her again later on. So then we got club nights, And then we got Madam. Madam's going to court. Finally, Judge Ross is being put into play as relates to Madam's power of attorney case. I'm trying to understand that if you got the judge in your pockets and for some reason you decide to get a lawyer that you already also have in your pockets, why do you bring Babyface, which is going to instigate problems between said lawyer and said judge? Like, what is Babyface doing if you've already got the judge convinced that if she don't do what you tell her to do, you're going to expose said videos that you may or may not have? Like, was Babyface needed? I don't think so. But what y'all think?
It was just for dramatic effect.
To the point that he was like, why am I here? And Blue was like, just be pretty, baby. Just sit here and look good. Like, you don't need to know what you're doing here.
I think to get Miss Patty to understand that he was being blackmailed, therefore he could break up with her and still keep his shit. I don't know. And
that didn't make sense. All of a sudden she was like, I know I called you a hoe, but now that I realize.
Don't leave me, Daddy. Please. Like, you're not this desperate. I'm sorry. I can't.
It was so annoying. I was like, why? This is a beautiful woman. Like, she's a nice looking lady. Do you really need to be like begging for this broke dude? Like, stop that. Like, who wrote this character this way?
Exactly. Broken. I mean, the man, like, body don't work and he don't know how to pay his fucking bills. And she's like, it's okay, baby. I'll be here for you. I'm like, you the one that made him homeless. I mean, you're the one that got him riding a bicycle because he's a hoe that was hoeing. I'm like, that don't even make sense. Like, I didn't get that whole thing. Yeah, Miss Pat, she too much, man. She's way too much and too needy. Speaking of too much, let's talk about what people should wear to court. Kim, what are your thoughts? As Madam is preparing for a legal case for the custody of her father, what do you think of her lovely outfits?
No, that was not the outfit. Like, you don't wear a suit with your cleavage out to go to court. I mean, she could have put on a fake a top, went around her neck and covered up her breast. I mean, and then she had a glitter
body
on.
glitter.
And I'm like, look, this is the most unprofessional look. Okay, she might as well have just worn a mini skirt or something. It's like, what are you wearing? Even Carla looked better in her outfit, which was still not appropriate because who wears leather pants to a daggone courthouse? But she did look more because she was covered up more than her sister. I was like, this is the suit was very nice, but just put on she could even put on a sheer top, right? Something. But she was very inappropriate for the court. And I understand she already had the judge in her pocket, but it's just a respect thing. This woman worked long and hard to become a judge, and you need to present yourself accordingly. Like, you're trying to get a power of attorney over your dad.
Yeah.
You be responsible in your look.
Yeah.
And so yeah, that was my thought.
I thought. Stacey, what do you think?
I mean, if you already paid off the judge and the lawyers, like, who cares?
Also, if you're going against somebody who can't afford or is not smart enough to bring their own lawyer, like, it's not much work you got to do. I mean, like, I don't know why she was like, I need to get the judge and the lawyer on my side. When Carla obviously is broke as fuck, and I'm saying she had to know that she was not going to have legal, or at least good legal representation. Like, she could have looked into that and been like, oh, I can show up myself, with not my titties out, and probably just get it because I'm a businesswoman. Like, I got a job, I'm gonna put my dad in a professional home. I'm not gonna be going to the store every 5 minutes. And then the concierge's dude who magically just got up and left like a ninja.
That was funny. And
she was like, no, it was him. It was that guy. Who? I don't even know what you're talking about. The man who's sitting right in front of you that just got his black ass up. You did not see him? I don't know what you're talking about. It's all
he was tall too.
Dude, he was tall as fuck. Like, how do you not see him? The bailiff should have been like, ma'am, Judge Ross, she meant that black ass dude right there. I just saw him myself. It was Stacey. It was kind of like the murderer who killed Dale in the pharmacy, and the black woman act like that dude wasn't even there. I'm like, did you not see the white man who just walked out behind you? Did you? It's Tyler fucking Perry, bro. He's like, look, people don't need to be seen. People ain't seen. I would have wanted, since we didn't get a lot of them anyway, I would have wanted to have seen the concierge there. She don't know what he looks like. So just to see him in the back, like chilling in the cut, just to see how his opponent handles like legal situations would have been awesome. Or even extra. Maybe he shows up with henchman leaves, he stays. And then later on, you can saw, oh, like he's been there the whole time. Like he was scoping stuff out. I thought that would have been a better moment. So let's talk about Madam's lack of patience, and because she really get on my damn nerves. So at the beginning of the episode, she like, look here, Blue, I got some things going on here. I need cameras. All right, Madam. Hey, I say I need cameras. Blue just heard you. Like, when is the time that you need to remind her of something, and you just said cameras? Then with Doc. She's like, Doc, we need to find Tina and eliminate the problem. He's like, okay, I'm gonna look into this. On the down low, he's like, okay, I'm gonna look into this. Before he can even leave the room, she's like, we need to find Tina. Like, bitch, I heard you the first time. Like, let me go out and make an effort. And then you can tell me I'm not moving fast enough. Like, I'm like, what is your problem? Like, calm your ass down. I thought you weren't worried about this. Because she's like, oh my God, don't worry about it. If I'm cool. And fucking Blue, if she mentions this money one more fucking time, she needs to be buried in the wall with the money. Like, shut the fuck up. Like the money, the money's not going anywhere. Like,
apparently it is.
Yes. But I'm like, I mean, and then I don't know if she's gonna get I told you so out of all this, but I'm like, Blue, shut the hell. Like, this is my play. And she kept on saying, like, this is my play. Like, I got this. But she was like, if I hear you one more time, just one good pimp slap, just to be like, look, I am in charge of this situation. Do not challenge me again. Thank you. Because I was tired. My ears were tired. Also, let's talk about the appropriate place to shake your ass, Amp. If you in a house of men, in a room with a man who for some reason watches you sleep lovingly, like, you probably shouldn't go to the bathroom and practice your dancing. Like, that's and then be surprised when said odd man is like, hey man, what you doing?
No, the door was closed. He can do whatever he wants inside of a bathroom.
That's not his huh?
Was it locked?
That's what I'm saying. I'm like,
well,
you take your ass to the club with the man who's teaching you how to dance. I'm just saying, like, if you already feel some kind of uncomfortable, that Red is always like, hey, what you doing, man? What you wearing? Hey man.
Is that a G-string?
Right? He's like, hey man, I got a G-string for you. I found some drawers you could wear.
It's like it's your size.
Right?
I can tell that you're a grower.
I heard they be beefing down there. I got you a cock ring. I just want to help out.
Wow.
You need help with that?
Right. And we used to make him in prison. Like, never mind.
Oh,
when I said that.
Okay. Wow.
It'd be like, sometimes, we just had to use what's in the toilet. So sometimes you got to work with it. I don't know. I was going with that. Like toilet wine. Anyway, my point is, it could have been something. I'm just saying, it was like Red was getting too much. Like,
Red is always too much. Like, it's too much. They need to just calm that character down.
So then we get plot development, character development. We realize that he and Bill, I think they got like they're actually a team that manipulates new parolees into committing crimes, and somehow the club is the big score, even though neither one of them apparently has been there, and they're like, this is going to be the one. That Red, who again has not really staked out this place, has already figured out that he could rob it and then frame Amp for it. What? How did we get there? Like, at what point in you watching Amp sleep did you go, oh, he must have access to that money? I'm sorry, what'd you say, Amp, while you were sleeping? What? How much money does she have in the walls? I don't know why you know that, but I mean, could you tell me?
What's the code to the safe?
What? Tell me, Amp. Tell me. I was like, what is happening? I was like, red is too much, man. I'm like, he's just thirsty, as they say. I'm like, maybe thirsty for Amp. I mean, maybe that's season 2. Maybe that's season 2. We just haven't got there yet. But I was concerned. I'm also like, why the fuck is Jay around? Forrest Gump stripper is getting on my nerves. Oh, can I dance for you again, Blue? I just want to dance. My girlfriend say I can shake it. I had a drink from Freedom, and I think he may have poisoned me. Do you think it's possible? Yes, you country bumpkin motherfucker. Like, what's wrong with you? Like,
okay, I gotta get it together.
Like, this motherfucker's a liability. So you gotta be like, no, you can follow one of my customers and fucking hurt her, and then I'm getting sued. Like, I can't have you here. Like, this is a basic IQ test you have to pass. I mean, if Doc can work here, he can barely read. You got to be able to.
He has a list, apparently.
That was Midnight.
I thought that was Doc that said that.
No, that was Midnight.
That was Midnight. Okay.
Yeah.
See, we get the ignorance mixed up because all these dumb niggas look alike. Because, like, there's a lot of niggas.
Wow. Okay.
Let's just talk about the niggas. Like, I'm like, I said before, this show should be called The Trap Queens Niggas. Like, that's what this show should be called at this point. Because these men are niggas. Like, they say that to themselves. They say that to each other. Even Blue's like, where's the niggas? I'm like, I'm like, respect yourself so I can do it. But if you don't, then why should I? I mean, that's, Also, this is a ladies club, right? This is a ladies strip club for ladies, right? Mm-hmm. Explain to me why they have a ladies night. Dime said, welcome to ladies night. We're going to I'm like, it's a woman strip club. Like, how do you have a ladies night at an all woman strip club? Like,
I didn't even think about that. That is true. Why would you have it?
I was like,
that doesn't make sense.
I was like,
oh.
Well, okay. I was like, this don't make no damn sense. I was like, who wrote this shit? Like, I was like, do y'all even know what kind of club you're dealing with? Like, I'm confused. It was amateur night. That makes sense, right? Because you got amateurs up there, right? But to be like ladies' night, I'm like, it's in every night, ladies' night. I was like, now if ladies' night was Trouble and all her lesbian friends, that's a ladies' night. Like, that makes sense, right? And I would have been like, oh, a whole bunch of studs is gonna get up there and do stud shit. I don't know what that is, but they're gonna do that. And I'd be like, all right. But that's not what happened. Anywho, what y'all think of the dancing and the man who flipped backwards with the dick out and shit? It was a lot of things going on.
The gymnast was a bit much.
The guy who went like this, who like flipped backwards and shit.
Yeah.
He was doing splits. He had the crazy eyes going on.
Yeah.
He looked fresh out of prison.
He looked fresh out of prison. He's probably on parole.
Yeah.
Like, oh, this is a good. Hello, Miss Sharon. I got you this time. My bad. I'm sorry. I didn't see your first chat, but thank you for supporting us. So was any of it sexy? Because I know Babyface got up there.
Well, you know how I feel about Amp and his
six-pack
donuts.
Non-six-pack. Yeah, he does have. I watched it again. He's a little doughy. He's a little loose.
Yeah,
a little
extra tire up there.
Yeah, and he sucks it in. So it's like,
yeah, but you can see from the back too. Like when he was dancing, he had the little
jiggle and
little meat right here.
Said the meat. Damn, y'all rough.
Hey,
I mean, compared to Midnight,
you gotta be tight.
Yeah, Midnight is super tight.
Yeah.
He's slew-footed. So, yeah, he is. He walks like that.
I didn't even notice all that, but like, why should I guess?
Yeah, I mean, when he walks, his calf muscles are so big, and he's slew-footed. There's no way you can't notice it.
Oh, okay. I didn't. All right. Well, then I don't know what to say to that, but all right. But like, apparently, it was Babyface's standout night, and then Amp. So it's interesting. It's interesting that they made a point that not once but twice, Madam had to say, "I'm not watching you because you're my nephew, and that's not appropriate. So I'm gonna wait until you get off stage or whatever." And I'm like, All right, but you let them get naked at your club anyway, so you're still facilitating your family members' nakedness. So I'm not even sure what you're trying to achieve with this. But she's like, I don't get into that. Excuse me, I have standards, unlike power. But I was like, it just got to me. An underage thing. I don't. Oh, and also, shouldn't have been an issue, a better sign to Madam that Shamika was like, "Can I come in?" No, teenager, you can't come into an adult strip club. But why? It's just not okay. It's just not okay.
It's adult strip club.
When you get older, you'll know. I don't know. I like how she was like, Blue, look into this shit. Finally.
I know.
Finally. And I don't know. It's like she immediately went, you don't want to go home? No, I'm just not feeling good. She must be getting messed with by her father. Like, that's very, very specific, very, very quickly. Like, there could be a lot of reasons.
Yeah, but that's a common reason.
Either they're beating you or they're banging you or they're doing both.
Oh, both, right?
Yeah.
Because apparently that's what she was getting when Blue showed up, because she thought she was being molested or something. So maybe she was, I don't know what was going on with that. I was like, maybe they like her up. I don't know. Maybe because she plays a little.
She was twisted up like I was like, what kind of position is this?
I'm thinking maybe he's like, hey, baby, you've been playing a teenager all day. Let's just keep this going. Let's stay in character.
Twister.
Huh?
They got a little out of hand. They were playing Twister and they got out of hand.
Oh, okay. That's what it was. Because she was definitely twisted up. And she had on clothes on the top. I was like, wait, so we're having twisted sex and you have on like this, it looked like a bathrobe or something. And it was kind of thick. I was like, this is the worst sex ever. Like,
yes. And then it looked like, she's wearing a heavy, like bathrobe or some shit. And he's like constantly pulling her arm. I'm like, what are you doing with this? Like, what kind of role play is this shit? Which they never explain. They never get into that. Because I would have been like, I want a reasonable explanation for why Blue saw this and said, rape. Like, I need to break into this house and do something. It just seemed like a lot. It seemed like a lot going on. And that house is small as fuck. Because I'm like, again, it's like how we get the window thing worked out. It was too much. I was like, where's Trouble? For some reason, I wanted to see Trouble this episode. I just felt maybe she would have been a better show than fucking Jay and those dummies. I just felt like, I was like, no, this ain't it. Carla, like, trying to, that's what it is. How about when you lose a case, you don't be calling out bitches like in court, like that will get you like contempt of court. And like, what is happening right now?
Yes. Ghetto. That was ghetto. Let's talk about niggas if we're going to talk about that. Okay. Because Carla was acting like a straight up nigga. It was like, you are the ignorant woman. Like, who talks like that in a court? Even in a courthouse, you're not supposed to talk like that.
Right.
What are you doing?
And why wasn't Daddy there? Right? He wasn't there in the wheelchair looking all sad and low. Like, why was it?
Where was he? Who was taking care of him?
Exactly.
He was probably sitting at Carla's house waiting for the decision with the door wide open. The henchman probably went home to take care of him. She was like, oh shit, we got to get to Daddy might walk away. I'm going to go home. That would have been hilarious if he would have been like, I'm going to go home and take care of Dad until y'all get home. I'm out. Who are you? Don't worry about it. And I was like, who was taking care of Dad? Like, this is kind of an important thing, right? I thought this was supposed to be going somewhere.
Maybe Blue was taking care of him. No, Blue was there. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Maybe one of the strippers. Fuego, maybe.
So let's talk about how Fuego is now all of a sudden Huck from Scandal. All of a sudden they're like, we need Fuego to look into this. He needs to hack the systems and like track old woman stuff.
He's an IT guy.
He should be the one setting up the cameras. Like, she should have been talking to him instead of fucking Blue. Like, Blue is like, I'm about the fists. You know what I'm saying? I'm about that gangster life. You know, if you want IT support, you need to go talk to. And did he speak French to her when he turned in the money? Was it like
Spanish?
Huh?
Spanish.
It was. All right.
Remember, he's Spanish, and Midnight is like it's for a pretend accent. Remember?
Well, yeah. You can't be like this, and born in like, you can't be Latin and born in Alabama. I mean, that is possible.
True. That's
so
true.
One ain't got nothing to do with the other. But But I was just like, well, we gotta get into his real background or whatever. It's interesting how Amp went from I just don't know what I'm doing to like, oh yeah, that's right, I'm a real stripper in real life. It just went bam. Like
he saw old girl, he was like, I see her and I'm making love to her in my mind. He was in his little phone.
Dime.
And she
He's
was like,
loving Dime.
And then Dime was like, he was like, hey baby, can you hold my cash for me? I thought he was gonna be like, can you hold my G-string too? I'm like, you know what I'm saying, I gotta work. I was like, and I was like, why didn't you have draws before you showed up? Like, why are you getting draws from other men to be like, hey man, let me help you out? Like, you need to come prepared. Like, did you not? You said you wanted to dance.
Or something.
But I'm saying, if you preparing to the point that you dancing in the fucking mirror and shit, I'm like, you would think you went out and bought some appropriate gear. Or like, huh?
With what money?
He worked at his security door.
Yeah, he had a job before. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And you would think like P Valley, the place actually had a thing so you could buy some, draws. You know what I'm saying?
They had women's underwear up there.
They did?
Next to the dildos and stuff. Mm-hmm.
You big on the dildos. Like I don't remember the dildos.
I do.
All right, my bad.
It's like a little counter with the little stuff behind it.
Really? Mm-hmm. There's other things that stick in my mind. Dildos is not one of them. Probably
they should have had like each guy's face on it, like a midnight.
That's
fuego.
That's what I'm
with
saying.
Flames on it.
Yeah.
And then Doc with a stove or something. I don't know. Why is he called Doc again?
Because they haven't got to his backstory. I don't know why they call him Doc. I mean, he's
Feel Good.
Oh, very good. Very good, very good. I mean, he's certainly not a professor.
He made Teresa feel good.
What's up?
Yes, he did.
He made Teresa feel good.
That's true. And he had to clean that up too. You know what I'm saying? And that's I don't know. For some reason, I felt like that should have been a thing. Like he should have walked back in the club, like, damn man, I gotta wash my pants again. That girl just skied all over me. He's like, yeah, it does happen. My fault. Anyway, I'm just saying, there's things that happen in this place. So what's cleanup crew? Where is the cleanup crew? But anyway, this show's really getting us from point.
They have like fluffers.
See, that would be why you shouldn't have to do beefing, right? Like you should have somebody to be like wiki, and be like, go ahead, get on stage. Like that.
Did you play wiki?
That should be a real job.
Okay. And then they line up, and then Madam make sure that they're all.
Then Matt on the way out, she's like the quality check. You remember the lady that used to check the underwear in the 80s in the commercials? She was like number 45. It was a Hanes commercial. It was like, I think it was Hanes, right? There was an old lady. She like would check each pair of underwear, and then when they had numbers and shit, and she'd be like, "This is a good pair of underwear." So then anyway, Matt would be like, "Roll call." She'd be like, "Got it." Midnight. She'd be like, "No, babyface, go back, get it right, get it tight." You know what I'm saying? Like that would be useful.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, my fault. Now we're really going down the wrong direction. I got notes for this episode. This episode is kind of a filler episode, if to me. Stacey, anything in your notes for episode 6?
No.
All right. Kim.
Let's see.
She's like, oh shit. No, hold up. Let me write it down. She's like, titties out, check.
Well, I think we talked about everything pretty much. I mean, it was just
yeah.
Oh, when she called the judge menopausal, I cried laughing.
Oh, yeah, that was.
I was like, that was deep. That was a cut.
Yeah,
that sliced right through.
Yeah,
that was funny though.
Yeah, that was good. And then she like, y'all fucking the same dude, right? She's like, oh. I was like, but I mean, y'all homework, so I'm not sure what the big deal. Again, if the judge is really married, I would have liked to see like an actual husband, like if that really. And I think that later on, the judge does not forget the bullshit that Madam did to her, and that does become a thing. So episodes get more exciting as we get. But the big thing was Shamika, and we will get into her naked husband, at least somebody will next episode. Anyway, true Tyler Perry stuff coming next episode coming. All right, thank you guys very much for watching. Thanks, Miss Sharon, for showing up. I hope you enjoyed our video and sticking with us. We do appreciate it. If you are new to this channel, please subscribe to this channel. It goes a lot of different directions, true, but we have fun. And live streams are how we're gonna do it from now on. So like on the video, share it on the video. Let other people know about what we do here. We're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers before 2022. That is the goal, and you guys can help us do that. We will continue our look into the rest of these episodes throughout the week. Stacey and I will knock out a few more episodes. We'll see what we can do, and then we're gonna get into some have and have not shit that's coming up soon. That's wild.
Oh,
With the Uncle Clifford thing, you know what I'm saying. All right, so Uncle Clifford's coming. What else we got? We got who shot so and so. That's a thing. We got blood splat. Oh, so Kim, yes. I remember when I was like, Doc ain't covered in blood, and you like, yes, he is. And we went back and forth on that. We were thinking about two different scenes. That's what it was. Because I was thinking about episode 1 where he was clean as a fucking whistle. Okay, and then you're talking about the fucking Dexter level murder that we saw, and I was like, I see where we're going with that. I was like,
that shooting.
Huh? What's up?
When my dad was like, when Doc was like, oh, his blood was all over my face, and she was like, yeah, because I blew him in the back of the head.
Remember?
Like, no, you didn't.
You blew in the front. I was like, this bullshit. So I was like, did y'all not even watch your own fucking show? Like, I was like, I was there. I saw. So there's one time she said I was okay blowing. He said when you blew his brains out of the back of his head, right? And then at some point she says that I blew him in the back of the head. I was like, that's not what it was a front shot. But again, this is the same man who did not see a man pointing a gun at him and going, oh, he tried to kill me. Yes, Tina was like, did you realize? Oh yeah, it's like we got to eliminate Tina. And he was like, oh yeah, we got to eliminate Tina. I was like, and then how is he gonna clean up a mess? He couldn't even clean up a body. Like, why is Madam trying to put so much effort into this man? He ain't the one. He already told you that.
She believes in him.
I don't know, bro.
He can become a criminal. She's got every confidence that he can become a criminal.
Let Midnight get into it. Midnight would have found that woman, killed her, fucked her, then killed her, and been like, hey, here you go. Never mind. I was about to go a different direction with that one. But I'm going to say thank you guys very much for watching. We'll see you again. Take care of yourselves and each other. As always, ladies, you know how this is going to go. So I will say, Stacey,